Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays podcast. Today is November 20th, and the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the league, plain and simple. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Micah Parsons and that Dallas Stevens had 7 sacks. Kirk Cousins had 3 points. Do the math. Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl bound. Joining me, as always, we have Trey Trends, Jacob Teats, and special guest for Sunday nights, Tyler Randall. I'm not even going to introduce you guys anymore. Let's get straight into the bet slips. Trey, let's go with your bet slip first.
My bet slip was pretty good this weekend. And the one I was most confident in, UConn plus 9.5, was the only one that didn't hit. K-State didn't sweat it at all. They trounced West Virginia. We kind of expected that with Will Howard starting, so I'll move on. Bears plus 3.5 should have won that game. They lost by 3, so that's why I always buy the half point. Jesse, I'm sorry. And then Commanders minus 2.5 against the Texans. Started out with a pick 6 in the first quarter, and from then on out, didn't even worry about that game. So it was a pretty good weekend for my bet slip, other than UConn plus 9.5.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 is not bad at all. Teats, how was your weekend?
3 out of 5, not too terrible. Yeah, I missed on the Liberty one. I'm just gonna have to stay away from Liberty this year.
Virginia Tech's tricky this year, dude.
They are. Kind of like what we talked about. K-State, West Virginia. K-State beat West Virginia pretty easy. The over hit almost in the first half, if it didn't hit in the first half. Mm-hmm. Ohio State, Maryland, I didn't sweat that one either. I mean, Maryland actually brought an offense. Ohio State scores 45 a game, basically, so that was easy. Going to NFL, 1-1. I was expecting the Raiders-Broncos to be higher scoring for some reason. I don't know. they did it last time. But, yeah, that's how it goes. But I did get the Bengals-Steelers. I figured Kenny Pickett would turn it up a little bit.
The under was my members' play, so I was upset that you won that one. But, oh well.
That's all right. Let's get into my picks.
Ooh, doggy. Look at all that green. Look at all that money.
I'm red-green colorblind, guys. That's all green, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's all green. That's what I thought. Add my member plays in 6-0. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm the hottest man on the planet right now, betting-wise. We're going to get into the NFL games.
I can't wait for the comments just to get in here.
This is just what happens when a Cowboys fan wins.
Listen, you can't say anything when I went 5-0, 1-0 on the member picks on NFL or on NCAA football. Bears plus 3 push. That's okay. 6-0-1. I'm taking it every day and on Sunday. Let's get into the NFL Monday night game. 49ers versus the Cardinals in Mexico. 49ers minus 8.5. Over under is 42.5. Trey, what do we have?
Oh, my goodness. I actually came in pretty hot for this game because I'm pretty excited. We don't know if Kyler Murray is going to play. He's a game-time decision. He didn't play last week, and the Cardinals trounced the Rams. They are on HBO this season, so they might be showing up for the cameras. Colt McCoy was kind of showing up. I don't know if you guys watch it, but it was pretty cool to see him kind of dogging on the team for not knowing where to be. But I'm going to go with 2 plays here. I'm going to go with the over 42.5, and I'm also going to go with the Cardinals plus 8.5. The underdog in this matchup is 6-1-1 in the last 8 games between these two teams. And the 49ers against the Cardinals are 1-7-1 in the last 9 games. So the Cardinals have their number. I do think the 49ers are going to win this game, but 8.5 points might be too much. And I do think there is going to be some scoring. The over is 4-0 in the Cardinals' last 4 games. The over is 4-0 in the Cardinals' last 4 games versus NFC opponents. And this game is an even higher elevation than Mile High Stadium, so players are going to be light on their feet, and I expect a lot of passing.
Yeah, a lot of trends in favor of that. Teats, what do we have?
You know what? I'm on the same exact side as Trey. I'm taking that spread and that total.
There we go.
You know, the weird thing about the NFC West, especially this year, is it seems like any team at any given time can win a divisional game. And I feel like the Cardinals the 49ers are hot, so why not lose a game and just lose all momentum?
Right. Yeah, well, I'm going to say something. The Cardinals have been bad this season. There's no getting around it. They beat the Rams last week, but that doesn't mean anything because we've seen now that the Rams are terrible as well. But this is a huge positioning game in the NFC West, and the Cardinals need it more than the San Fran. So there's no real home field advantage playing at a neutral site. I think 8.5 is too many points to cover for San Fran. So I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Team ride.
Plus the 8.5. Nice. It's a team ride on Monday Night Football. Tyler, do you have a pick for this?
Niners.
No. Rain. I don't hate it.
Tyler.
He's the guy at the end of the panel that takes one for the team, and I like that about him.
He is.
All
They
right,
get
that's it for the
they're all
NFL
around
games.
better.
What was that?
They're all around. They're a better team on both sides of the ball. They'll cover easy.
Come on.
Okay, San Fran minus 8.5. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to NCAA football, college football on a Tuesday night. It's time. It's still the best conference in football. Tuesday night, MACtion. First game we're going to discuss is Bowling Green versus Ohio. Ohio is minus 8.5. Over under is 56.5. Teats?
Dude, Ohio all day. Minus 7.5. I feel like every time I talked about Ohio, they end up doing pretty good. So, Ohio. You know
Ohio
what?
is a
Let's
pick.
do it.
All right, Trey?
I love that the spread even came down to minus 7.5. Curtis Rourke is a dog. He was injured last week. We don't know if he's going to be playing. They're kind of tricky on his injury status, so I hope that he does end up playing. And if he does, minus 7.5 is all but cash because Bowling Green is the worst team in the MAC conference, and Ohio is the cream of the crop. I'll just say this: Ohio is 7-0 ATS in their last 7 games overall. Ohio is 13-3 in their last 16 MAC games as well. And the favorite in this matchup is 4-1. Ohio minus 7.5 is the play for me.
Yeah, Bowling Green last week beat Toledo, so you have to ask yourself, was it a fluke game, or is Bowling Green going to put up some fight for the rest of the season?
They're terrible.
Toledo's quarterback was a healthy scratch, which we didn't know about. It was spur of the moment. I don't think Bowling Green's very good, so I'm going to take Ohio. They've been a cover machine, 5-0, straight up 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games. They're confident, 30th best offense in the nation. The defense has played a lot better, and you said it, Curtis Rourke is a dog. So I'm going to take Ohio minus 8.5, and hopefully they blow them out against Bowling Green. Tyler?
Give me Ohio minus
8.5. Ohio minus the 8.5. I love it. Let's move on.
There we go. I love that.
Ball State versus Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio is minus 2.5. Over under is 44.5. Trey?
Oh, no. I know you guys are already going to hate me. I'm taking it under on the MACtion game, and 44.5 points is so low. It does kind of worry me, but also it kind of tells me that maybe they're trying to set it so low because everyone is going to probably bet the over. But the under is 4-0 in Ball State's last 4 road games. The under is 5-0 in Ball State's last 5 Tuesday night MACtion games. And the under is 9-3 in Miami of Ohio's last 12 games overall. So I'm going to go over 44.5. I do expect Miami to probably win this game. So if I were to pick a side, I'm going to go Miami of Ohio money line even. So those are my 2 picks for this game.
I want to make sure I heard you right. Did you say over 44.5?
Under 44.
Under 44. My ears just don't hear under. Okay. Keith, what do you have?
Dude, I'm going Ball State plus 2.5.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm having to go against you, Trey. I'm sorry. Dude, I just feel like something's calling to me. Ball State. Miami of Ohio, last time I bet on them, they didn't cover. Both teams kind of are going back and forth all season. I'm just leaning Ball State in this game.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great game because both teams need a win to become bowl eligible. Ball State has lost 3 of the last 4 games. They're struggling down the stretch. Miami, Ohio has found something late. 2 of the last 3 have been wins. And they've also won 2 of the last 3 matchups against each other. Miami, Ohio has. So last week, Miami, Ohio turned to Avion Smith, backup quarterback for Miami, Ohio. He looked great. He's a dual threat quarterback. He ran the ball really well. Miami, Ohio also has a really good defense, and Ball State just doesn't do anything that well. They're not great on offense. They're not great on defense. They're just an average team. So I'm going to take Miami, Ohio at home minus the 2.5. I checked the weather because last week it was a snow bowl for every single MACtion game. It's supposed to be 44 and sunny on Tuesday night. So I think Miami, Ohio minus the 2.5 is the correct play on that one. Tyler?
Miami, Ohio.
Miami, Ohio minus the 2.5.
Minus 2.5.
All right.
There's my brother.
Okay.
That'll do it for MACtion. Let's get into my favorite parts of Sunday night. Tyler, hot take of the week. What do we have, Tyler?
All right, guys. Got to go to the game, the big game on Saturday. It's Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I believe Ohio State's going to rout Michigan. It's not even going to be close.
Wow.
C.J. Stroud connects with Marvin Harrison Jr. at least 2 touchdowns. It's going to be a 17 to 21 point victory.
Oh, my God.
Michigan's They
Oh,
pay
Lord,
back.
here we go. He says.
You know, Michigan's good, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And can you give me a final score prediction?
Uh-oh.
Let's say 35-10.
35 to
Oh,
10.
Okay, so he
gosh,
said
I love
17 to
that.
21 game, and then he says 25-point win for Ohio State.
I mean, I guess Blake Corum's definitely going to play. I just looked it up before we got on. So, Tyler, I hope
Okay.
you're right on that, buddy. But
I feel like
don't
if
know.
Michigan cannot run the ball, I don't think that
It's
they
over.
can keep up with Ohio State. So I think that there
Yeah.
is a lane for that outcome to happen. Now, do the trends say that can happen? I'm not quite for sure, but I do see a lane where that can happen, where Ohio State does win by 3 touchdowns. But I don't think it's going to, but we'll see. And if you do look at here, Tyler's last 2 hot takes have been Packers will have a top 12 pick. That looks like it's going to hit, and Pelicans
That won't
will
happen.
win
They beat the
the
Dallas
Western
Cowboys last
Oh.
week, Trey. So they're probably a top tier team. But that probably won't happen.
Jesus.
No. And Pelicans
Fluke.
will win the Western Conference Finals. They are looking pretty good so far. So we will see if Tyler's hot take streak continues. Who knows?
I didn't hate it, Tyler, but I think Michigan's going to win that game. But we'll see what happens, buddy.
I just hated it.
Hey, and we do need to go over. I know you guys are probably just a little bit bitter, but I did win the dog of the week. Hawaii did
Oh, my
hit. They
God.
were plus 10.5, so I got 11 points for that because I had to win by 11. They ended up winning by more than they ended up winning that
6,
thing by I think
7?
almost double digits. So
Yeah, I think it was 7. I stayed up and watched that game on my phone at 1:45 a.m. Sent you a congratulations text. Hawaii's different on the island. I don't know what to say. I should have saw that game and took it before you. Congratulations on dog of the week.
Yeah,
yep. So
that's awesome.
we'll see who our dog of the week's going to be next week. But I'm looking to continue the hot streak. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for joining. Be sure if you haven't yet, subscribe to BearsProfitPlays.com. We are still accepting entries into our 1-year membership giveaway, and it's absolutely free to enter. So there's no reason for you guys not to enter. Get over to BearsProfitPlays.com, enter your email in the subscription tab. All we need is an email, and you're automatically entered in to win. So drawing will be November 25th. Right here, we're going live for it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.